Hello and welcome to the Cyber Den, your weekly dose of tech and games. I, Jake, will be chatting with some very talented people from 3D Realms and Interceptor Entertainment, the masterminds behind the upcoming isometric top-down shooter Bombshell. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Hello. My name is Freddy. I'm the CEO at Interceptor. I'm the CEO of Internet. I'm the CEO of Interceptor and the vice president at 3D Realms, and I'm directing Bombshell.
And I'm Chris. I'm the art director at Interceptor Entertainment. I worked on Bombshell and everything else we've done.
You direct art.
Yeah.
The art directs you.
Let's see what Steam has to say about Hitman 2.
What does the internet have to say?
Some pretty interesting things, let's just say this. Okay, review number 1 gave it a positive review and said, disguised as a chef and stood around the kitchen. A guard walks in and kills me. 10 out of 10, would stealth again. This is an accurate example of the AI in Hitman 2. I mean, the game was from 2002. It has some pretty good graphics still.
It was meant to be a chef trying to blend in and you still get killed.
Yeah.
They somehow knew you were there.
Quite, like I said, quite goofy. This review gave it a positive review as well. Said, I shot a guy with my silent pistol and he flew out of the map.
Ha!
Realism 10 out of 10. Best game ever. Get it now! If you have like twin pistols and you shoot someone, you can literally ragdoll them out of the area. Just go, just make them fly. Negative review here said, you just gotta look some random person in the eye for a split second and he immediately assumes you're some criminal. You can just imagine if this applies to, for example, British police. Just walking around, they just go, you're an assassin! No, I just present the Cyberden, no!
No, more like the American police.
American police in a nutshell. Hey, you're a bad guy!
You're a terrorist, even though you're not Middle Eastern.
Negative review here says, guards will shoot any running person immediately, even if you're a law-abiding citizen and want to jog around the Nevsky Prospect. Well, I'm just gonna do some exercise. Hey, you terrorist! No, this is the 3rd time this week! And finally, killed by a truck that did not stop. Just imagine it just driving around like, I'm gonna go deliver these packages! No, Billy, you're gonna run over one of our guards! Oh, wait, he was an assassin. Good job, Billy! It's all about Soul Calibur 5. Me and my flatmates cracked it open, started playing it again, and we had fun with the character maker. And we've been making some rather stupid characters. You know, for example, with me and my Smash Brothers, making characters like Ainsley Harriott, we made Tommy Wiseau, Carl Pilkington, etc.
Gay Ben.
And Gay Ben. Just ridiculous characters. And in Soul Calibur 5, we were mucking around with characters. Like, we did actually make Shrek. We made Shrek. We painted this really tubby dude green. He fights with this, like, orb. I don't know what it is exactly, but my flatmates say it's just his onion. He's the power of layers. his voice is so distorted, like, I'm talking like this, and when he gets defeated, he goes, it's like sort of abomination. From like, as if Shrek just fell in some toxic waste and came out like
Came out of hell.
It doesn't even look like Shrek, but that's why it's so funny. But then we have we made a character called Pablo Diablo. He's this overly buff, strong dude with a big club. His picture that we made is him opening his arms like in front of inside a mouth of a shark with fire inside as well, and he speaks with this really stupid gruff voice like, "Why'd you choose to fight?" You know, trying to sound really tough but failing. My mate Dan, he made a character called Fat Dude. He's a tubby ninja in white, and his picture we made, it was him like summoning lightning, except in front of him is a dinner table. And also, probably the most interesting one has to be my mate James. He made a character called Tumblerina, and it's basically quite a husky Tumblr user. ranting about the patriarchy with a gigantic club and this really dyed gamma blue hair and with big spec glasses and looking very bitter and sour-faced. We had a lot of fun just goofing around, making silly characters like those.
The Rise of the Triad remix, that soundtrack came out super late. Dave Oshry got a hold of me, our marketing director on Rise of the Triad, and he was like, hey, we should remix and remaster all 30 of these. And I was like, jeez, dude. I think we had 2 weeks. So we had 2 weeks to actually put this stuff together and get the ball rolling. I pretty much took a day to myself and was like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to do this? And it came down to the same question that always comes down, where it's like, hey, how bad do you want this? And how bad are you willing to one day possibly become one of those top 10 guys? And, I pigeonholed myself into that. And I was like, well, all right, here we go. So I started remixing these and sending them over to Dave and Terry, and they really liked them. But man, in 2 weeks, I went through 30 tracks and literally rebuilt all of the drum tracks, rebuilt all of the bass tracks, and rebuilt just about all the synth tracks. Right after I was done with that, I rebuilt the mastering section on it so that it wasn't too hot and it wasn't clipping or anything like that over all of them. And I did this in 2 weeks, and I damn near lost my mind. And this was right before QuakeCon, where I'm supposed to go to a booth and talk about Bombshell and do all this stuff. And it was literally the night before, Fred got there, and he was like, okay. He was like, you gonna go back up to the room? We're about to hit it. It's 10 o'clock. And I was like, I gotta go back to the house, man, and finish up the OST. And he's like, you're not done? Like, no, I've still got one more track to finish up, and then we're done. So I went back and finished it up, and it was literally 3 a.m. when I finished everything up, packaged it up, sent it over to Apogee for them to review it. And I literally didn't get to the hotel till about 4:30, passed out, woke up at 7 a.m., went down to the booth, and we started talking about Bombshell. That was the craziest couple days I can remember in a long time, because I was so stressed out. Yeah, as far as the Rot remixes, I put so much time into those. Oh, my Lord. But yeah, that's just a cool story I wanted to share real quick.
We talked about Rise of the Triad 2013, Interceptor Entertainment's reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it, really. And we talked about the bosses in it. And it turns out he actually voiced one of the bosses. A crazy scientist dude in a wheelchair. He hasn't got any legs, so he's like in this little box that hovers around with 2 rocket launchers on the sides. So he plays a character called Sebastian Christ. And from what Andrew told me, the developer said, hey Andrew, do us a favour, just come up with a voice for this guy. He's supposed to sound crazy, not too crazy, but but still as a threat. So Andrew thought, okay, so I need to come up with a cool name for a cool voice for this dude. So the voice he came up with was, I'm gonna go kill you now! Take this, you nasty people! And surprisingly enough, that actually stuck. The developers thought it was that funny that they decided to keep that stupid voice in the game and give it to Sebastian Christ. So, you think, wow, look, Sebastian Christ hovering around in a wheelchair with 2 rocket launchers on the sides. This is going to be awesome. And then he just chases you going, I'm going to take you down now! And you just think, yeah, let's just get this over with. It was just such a weird voice. Maybe you should try the first Resident Evil, as cheesy as it is. A bit rough around the edges nowadays, but I'm sure the dialogue will keep you entertained enough. The
Joe sandwich.
I remember once you kill a gigantic snake monster, right? Barry Burton walks in and goes, Jill, have you found anything yet? Just walking past the snake, completely ignoring it. To go, this is a really big hole. I have
Yeah.
this rope. You should climb down, Jill.
And yet, there's a great big snake next to you.
Yeah, just don't mind the big corpse of the snake, Barry. You know, you don't want to get acid on your boots. But yeah, there's a gigantic hole here. Please pass me that rope. We were just talking about, over the song, about how can we make Five Nights at Freddy's more scary.
Oh, I think I came up with a great one.
Five Nights at Vince McMahon's. You're fired! Ah!
5 Nights at Cena's.
And every time it's like Cena like lurking in the shadows, like hustle, loyalty, respect. Check the cameras. John Cena.
5 Nights at Shrek's.
That was brilliant.
And this is the main event. 5 Nights at Ainsley's.
Oh God! Just imagine that. Just Ainsley Harriet lurking around the shadows, like, "Are you ready to oil up that meat?
Hot and spicy meat.
Ready, steady, cook."
Yeah, boy.
But definitely 5 Nights at Shrek's.
This is my swamp.
What are you doing in my swamp?
It's just like, you can see creeping around and go, this is my swamp.
Just got to keep flicking on the lights and make sure those onion layers haven't been tampered with, and that donkey is all right.